Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have all of you here, and if you're looking to become a more empowered and confident you, then you've definitely come to the right place. I've always been a strong believer that with the right amount of fashion knowledge and a little bit of beauty skill can really take yourself to the next level. Now, with that said, I definitely still believe that true beauty comes from within, but having the right tools can really make a world of a difference. So to share a little bit more about me is that I grew up in North Carolina and I went to school at NC State where I got my degree in fashion development. I knew from a very young age that, probably like middle school, that I wanted to do something in the fashion industry. I loved creating, I loved sewing, I loved the type of energy that it brought. But I always knew that the main reason was that I love the way that clothes can transform you and how they make you feel. I remember specifically back in college when I would be interviewing for different internships or even later on jobs, and I would pick out my outfit way in advance because I knew that as long as I was confident, and not just confident, but comfortable in my own skin and what I was wearing, that would be the best way to put my best foot forward. So with that said, I definitely can show you how to not only be confident, but be comfortable at the same time, because I feel like confidence is really when you feel the most comfortable in your own skin. And I promise you there is a way to do that without wearing sweatpants. And then eventually I got an internship my junior year of college with Ralph Lauren in New York City. And it was the best experience of my life. It really opened up my eyes to what the real world fashion industry was, and not just what you read about in textbooks or in magazines, or what your ideal theory of what the fashion industry consists of. And it definitely is a lot different than what I was expecting, but there's definitely pros and cons to that at the same time. I would love to hear if you guys would like me to do a whole different video on that and internships and basically my thoughts on the fashion industry as a whole. I think that it really matured me in what to expect when I would eventually graduate. And after that internship, I ended up getting a full-time job with Ralph Lauren, and that really set me on the path that I wanted in New York City, and really learning about more of the ins and outs of the fashion industry. So not just about the type of clothes and designers and things that people get kind of wrapped in the glam of it, but actually the pricing, the fabric, what is a good deal, what's not a good deal. The fact that I've spent 2 years at Ralph Lauren really learning about the nuts and bolts of how to make a garment really gave me the knowledge and understanding when I go shopping now of, oh, this is overpriced, this is a really great deal, this is really great fabric, this is gonna be cheap and fall apart soon. So I feel that I wanted to take the industry to the next level and really share it with everyone of how to build a wardrobe that is going to not only look great on you, but it's also going to last. I then eventually left Ralph Lauren and went to work at Victoria's Secret, where I continued spending another about 4 years learning about fabrics, pricing, negotiating with mills. And after about 6 years, I really just decided I wanted to move back to North Carolina. And as you can imagine, there is not a big fashion industry in North Carolina. So I thought I would take a different perspective and share my knowledge and experiences that I had in New York City with all of you, because I totally understand that shopping is intimidating. Going and picking out clothes for yourself can be really draining, and I could probably do a whole video on just the ins and outs of sizing, and just I could go off on a long tangent about that and how it's really different no matter where you go, what company you go to. All the sizing's different because it all goes back to their own target market. And that leaves, women feeling really confused of what their actual size is, where to go from here, how to find something that actually works best for them. And so I wanted to take that upon myself to be that kind of guiding light in navigating this, really daunting space. The fashion industry does get a bad reputation for being shallow or very self-centered. And that was one of the main things that I wanted to combat when starting with my Stay Sweet blog, was that fashion doesn't have to be shallow or empty. It really can be about helping and giving back. That's why I love not only giving options of what can look best for you, but also ways to then return that favor and to donate your clothes that you're not using. I've also been exposed to in the fashion industry the type of waste, and not just with making the garment, but in the landfills after the clothes are either thrown away or not used anymore. And it really is becoming a growing movement that people want to be able to get clothes that look great, but also give them back eventually and give them a new life to someone else. I think programs like organizations like Dress for Success and other things that really help empower women to be the best versions of themselves are really where I think, and I'm happy to see where the fashion industry is taking it and going with it, because it really is our responsibility to make it into something better, into something that has a better reputation. Then that kind of leads me to what can you expect when you're reading my blog or being on my channel, is that I want to be able to provide you with knowledge that I've gained when working in the fashion industry for 6+ years, and the different types of struggles that I've had with finding the right clothes, with finding the right beauty products. When I was living in New York, I started to develop more allergies from the pollution, from the stress, from the late nights, and just everything that comes with living in New York City. And I started to have allergic reactions to almost everything that I put on my skin. Makeup that I have been wearing for years was no longer an option. And it is a very trying time when you're in your 20s and you're not able to wear the things that you want to wear, either by different allergies, skin issues, things like that. And I'm here to say that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is ways that you can find products that work the best for your skin, and not only work with your skin, but also make it look better, so that maybe you don't have to wear as much product at the end of the day. And I know a lot of bloggers usually pick one lane or the other. Either they're a style blogger or they're a beauty blogger, but I really wanted to merge them both together because I have extensive experience in the fashion industry, but I also have a lot of beauty knowledge of just research that I've done on my own with my own skin issues, with my own allergies that I've had to go through over the years. And so I really feel like it's a whole package thing. It's, you have the great outfit, you have a look that is great and confident and empowering, but it's also important to couple that with the right beauty tips. And it doesn't have to be extensive, but it's that last kind of finishing touch that really just takes it to another level. And at the end of the day, I just want to say this too, is that I will never share or promote products that I first haven't tried and loved myself. I think that that's where it's kind of gotten lost in the influencer or blogger world, is so many people are just sharing products because either it looks cute or someone gifted it to them. And I really feel like this needs to be a space where people can ask questions, can trust what I'm saying, can trust that I've done the due diligence to be able to provide you with the help that you need. And that's where I also decided to come up with the name Stay Sweet, was from my time in New York, where I would either get into an Uber or start a new job or meet someone new, and their first question to me was always, where are you from? Because they always would say, you're too nice to be from New York. And at first I was like, oh gosh, they know I'm not from here. I don't fit in. But eventually I took that as a badge of honor that I still kept to my roots, still kept that authenticity. So that is something that you can always expect from me, is to be authentic, to be real, to be understanding, to always be able to have this be a space where people can come with their questions and to really learn. So with that, you can always fully expect effortless style and effortless beauty from me. And remember to always stay sweet.